The Umayyad Caliphate, having swiftly expanded across North Africa, now cast its gaze upon the weakened lands of Iberia. With each passing year, the kingdom weakened, and across the Strait of Gibraltar, the Umayyads were watching. As the Visigothic kingdom crumbled in Iberia, a new power was on the rise. The Umayyad Caliphate, an empire forged through faith and conquest, had swept across the Middle East and North Africa with unprecedented speed. From the sands of Arabia to the fertile lands of Persia, their armies crushed rivals, spreading the banner of Islam wherever they went. Founded in 661 AD, the Umayyad dynasty ruled from Damascus, expanding their empire into one of the largest in history. Their leaders, known as caliphs, wielded both spiritual and military power. But unlike the fractured Visigothic kingdom, the Umayyads were organized, disciplined, and fueled by a belief that their expansion was divinely ordained. But why did they turn their gaze to Iberia? Why invade a land across the sea? The answer lay in both opportunity and revenge. By the early 8th century, the Umayyads controlled all of North Africa. Their governor, Musa ibn Nusayr, had led campaigns deep into Berber territories, integrating fierce warriors from the Maghreb into the Caliphate's ranks. With his new allies, he sought greater conquests, but where to strike next? Iberia, weak and divided, was the perfect target. The death of Visigothic King Witiza had thrown the kingdom into turmoil, with rival factions fighting over the throne. One noble, Julian, the governor of Ceuta, had been wronged by King Roderick. Seeking vengeance, he struck a fateful deal with the Umayyads, offering them safe passage into Spain. With this betrayal, the floodgates opened. The Visigoths, already fractured, had no idea that a storm was about to crash upon them. And at its helm was a warrior whose name would be etched into history. In April of 711, Tariq ibn Ziyad, a Berber general under Musa ibn Nusayr, landed on Iberian soil with an army of around 7,000 men. They disembarked at a towering rock, one that would forever bear his name, Gibraltar, or Jabal Tariq, Tariq's mountain. Before the battle even began, Tariq made a decision that would become legendary. He ordered his ships to be burned. There would be no retreat, victory, or death. This bold act sent a clear message. They were here to conquer. King Roderick, who had only recently seized the Visigothic throne, scrambled to gather an army. He marched south, rallying a force of nearly 25,000 men. Confident in his numbers, he sought to crush the invaders swiftly. But Roderick made one fatal mistake. He underestimated his enemy. The two armies clashed in the Battle of Guadalete. Though the Visigoths held superior numbers, their forces were divided. Some nobles, still bitter over Roderick's rise to power, betrayed him mid-battle, retreating with their men. Chaos erupted, and soon the Visigothic army collapsed. With their king dead and their forces shattered, the gates of Iberia lay wide open. The Umayyads wasted no time. City after city fell: Córdoba, Toledo, and Seville. Within just a few years, nearly all of Iberia was under Muslim rule. The once mighty Visigothic kingdom had crumbled. Under the Umayyads, Iberia became Al-Andalus. Unlike the Visigoths, who ruled through nobility and military power, the Umayyads brought a sophisticated administration. Taxes were collected efficiently, roads were repaired, and cities flourished. At its height, Al-Andalus became one of the most advanced societies in medieval Europe. Science, philosophy, and architecture thrived. The great mosque of Córdoba stood as a testament to Islamic art and engineering. But life in Al-Andalus was not the same for everyone. Christians and Jews were allowed to practice their faith, but were classified as dhimmis, protected but second-class citizens who had to pay a special tax, the jizya. Some accepted Muslim rule, while others resented it.